Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of FusioCraft. Chillin' with my frog friend here, and I've got a few things to show off. So last episode I was working on this alley a lot, and I realized as I was naming the episode, coming up with the name, I was like, wait a second. The alley is right next to where I'm keeping all the alleys. Why not just make it the alley? So for now I have these guys floating around the alley. Might not be forever, but I thought it was funny. I threw in an additional lantern color with the acacia lanterns. I felt like with only the red and the blue, it was kind of blending into the blue of this building and the red of the cafe, so I wanted to give a little more color. And who knows, maybe I'll add in some crimson lanterns as well. I'm starting to work out some interior details of the cafe. I have some tables and chairs set up, but I think I want to focus on the arcade exterior first, because this is the first building I started with, and it's still not finished. So I've started using calcite instead of dirt to mark things out because I was out of dirt at the moment, and you know what? Calcite's also Instabreak. I have a ton of it. Because it's the town's namesake, every time I find calcite I just get all of it just in case. I wasn't sure how to fill this wall. It's different size than all the other walls. It's actually the only even wall. So for now I'll put a huge screen here. You know, who knows? Maybe this will be a little gaming area. I mean, the entire building's a gaming area, but like, I don't know. Console gaming. This will be the Dance Dance Revolution, these will be the arcade machines, and this will be the token dispenser thingy. This one I'm most excited about. There was no room to do this in the Sesame Street arcade. This is going to be Foosball, or should I say, Fusio Ball. I'm actually gonna name it that. I'm gonna put a sign on there that's like really clarifying the pun. Under the stairs is gonna be the prize booth. This is gonna be the claw machine. And there's a little more space here on the bottom floor. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in here yet. I think I have enough of the normal arcade machines up here. And then there's a ton of space up here along this walkway. I might just make this a chill little hangout spot. Not entirely sure what to do with the second floor yet, or even if this is the layout I want to use. So I'm just going to focus on the first floor stuff that I already know I'm going to build. And yeah, taking a little detour with my pal Izo here. And what building? What Rocky Museum? There was never a rock museum here. It was all in your imagination. What, you thought there were blocks here? What would suggest that? The floating rocks? I was drawing up some new designs at work today that were actually going somewhere. In the meantime, I wasn't completely sidetracked. I did start working on the first floor here. The Dance Dance Revolution's here. All the basic arcade machines are here. My lovely token dispenser. Love that thing. And I'm kind of starting on the Fusio Ball machine. I don't like this design. I just used the blocks that I had. But this is the general idea. You throw items and the ice carries it to the hoppers. It's not really that complex. Also, I'm devastated to remember/figure out foosball actually refers to the little miniature soccer table thing, and I was thinking of skee ball. So the pun doesn't work, but I'm still keeping it because Fusio Ball. Throwing a curveball here. I'm really glad I didn't try to theme this episode again, because I'm gonna go focus on this rock museum now. I've been designing it in creative, and I came up with something that's like genuinely great. Like, it's now going to go from the worst building in town to like the best building in town, or at least one of. This is gonna be the blocks I'm using for the bottom floor. This is the top floor. This is the roof and stuff. A lot of the odds and ends, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I have some additional plans for this one. I'm gonna build up the front section because, like, obviously that's the first thing I want to build. But then from there, I think I'm gonna figure out the interior layout, and then I'm gonna build the walls. From there, I think I'm gonna figure out the interior layout. I'm gonna put the ores on the bottom floor this time and these rocks on top, because obviously these things need way more space to show off. So why not put them on the taller floor? When I have the interior layout figured out, I'll build the rest of the walls, and then this area right here is going to be like an archaeological dig site. Remember when archaeology was going to be a huge aspect of Caves and Cliffs update? Yeah, I remember. Mojang. I remember. Really hope that's in 1.20. But I'm gonna make my own little archaeological dig site here. It's gonna be fun. Maybe digging up some ancient Fusio heads. But for now, I'm gonna build this front section right now! And there it is. The Geology Rock Museum. This isn't just like twice as good. This is like 5 or 10 times as good as the thing I had here before. See, this is what I'm talking about. Go back and look at that previous design. Yeah, now look back at this one. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about when I said that old design sucked. Because look at this. Look at this. The geode on top Oh, so genius. The perfect way to let everyone know what this building's all about. The rocky art pattern thing I have down here on the first floor. This thing's mesmerizing. It like really sucks you in. While I get that copper stair that I forgot, I gotta point out that I'm a huge fan of Scar, Good Times with Scar, and I just got this idea from his latest video. No shame, this is an awesome idea. Signs at the end of these overhangs are so perfect, it really looks like it's draping down. It does limit me in color to the types of slabs I can use. I was originally going to use prismarine, but you know, I think it's worth it for that little drape that the signs give it. Let me look at this thing from above, because not only does it, oh my gosh, it just looks so good. Like from the ground it already looks good, but from the air you really get a look inside that geode. I just realized this tower's like the perfect viewing platform. How perfect is that? I wasn't even thinking about it when I was building this. Yeah, with this tower in mind, like, good lord, the geode in that position was a perfect choice. And it's really making some of these other roofs look lame compared. Let me swoop on into this geode. I used a purple frog light, the pearlescent frog light, as some lighting, kind of hidden away. You can't see it from the ground, obviously. And I'm hoping at night that it gives that geode an awesome glow. Also, creepers won't spawn inside of it. That's the main thing. So I have not designed the interior at all yet. All I did was build the front in creative mode. And from here, I'm gonna figure out how the interior is gonna look from the inside. I still have all these rock designs up. These are gonna go up to the second floor, so they're not gonna stay here. But I'm going to try to figure out how much space I need for everything. I mean, realistically, I still need the same amount of space, but I've opened myself up to the possibility of turning the building this way. I'm definitely doing that. That's not even a possibility. That's a for sure thing I'm gonna do. So because the building swoops over here a little bit, I may shorten the back a little bit here. So we'll see. I'm gonna go work on the interior now. Okay, the grind has been continuing along. I've got like the rest of the walls set up. Mostly. Marked out generally where I want to put the dig site. It's going to be bigger than that. I swapped out some blocks here and there along the way. I like to have my design process just be dynamic as I'm building it. Yeah, I need a little more cyan terracotta, but look at what I've got going on in here. This time the ore blocks are kind of behind security fencing. See, now the obvious choice for a display case would have been the glass or the glass panes, but I'm using fabric in favor of Optifine and the glass textures don't connect for me, so that's the reason I didn't use glass. And the glass panes, they connect to the blocks. And these iron bars do too, so I added in these ender rods, which I think worked out really well. It looks really nice. It added the room's lighting. This has been huge motivation for me to finally find the 2 blocks that I still need. This one, the netherite block, is just a massive grind, that's all. The deep slate emerald ore block, I just have to keep looking. It's annoying though, because I have to go out to a mountain biome area to mine. Here upstairs, once again, I have not finished the roof all the way. Just like with the arcade. Why is it every time I have a dark prismarine roof, I forget to plug it all the way? But yeah, I moved every single rock exhibit up here. As you can see, I want to kind of incorporate the floating ones or the hanging ones in different ways. This one I'm probably going to push up a little bit, have it look like it's just floating. For now, I kind of just copy pasted them up here. There's way more that needs to be done on the roof now. I basically just got the exterior walls up and now I have to make it look really pretty from the inside. Also, I've got that geode dome in the front, which looks fantastic, but I want to have an inner geode dome here in the middle. I mean, think about it. That would work both to put a big dome on top of the roof and make it more interesting, and it would also give you something really cool to look up inside of. You know those like glass domes? Well, this is going to be like that, only it's like a big thing of amethyst. So that'll be cool. I'm also really proud of the way I snuck these stairs in. Like, it perfectly wraps around and leaves all the space for all these ores. They originally went up this way, and then I tried to figure out how to sneak these 2 ore block combo sets in here. See, I could have put the quartz and the netherite back here easily, but I want to have this area kind of be like a lab. I wish the iron wasn't cutting into this section because I want this place to be its own unique little area. Maybe I'll figure something out for the iron later. Maybe I'll push a section of the building back a little bit. But yeah, that's my plan. This is going to be like the doorway out to the archaeological site, and this is where they're doing their research. And I just want to highlight real quick that glow of the geode up there. Oh, it looks so much better than it did before, man. I will praise myself constantly for this choice because you know what? This is why it's good to be self-critical of your builds because, like, look at how much better this is. It's making this building look bad in comparison. I need to start divvying up this one a little bit. That roof is all 1 block type. Lame. New progress. That big dome geode is now installed. So now when you're in here, you have something really cool to look up at as you're looking around. Pearlescent frog lights are perfect for this. Like, it just so happens that we got that purple light block as soon as I had this idea. And when we fly up here, oh no, Mike. You can see it's a little more interesting on the roof now instead of just being some big flat surface. There's like copper framing keeping it in place. I should put a light block here. But yeah, now when you're walking around, there's just that much more to look up at. Oh, it looks great. Let me get some distance here. Yeah, it looks great from a distance. Oh my gosh, I haven't even thought about the fact that this is the big building you see when you're going down this street. This is like the perfect thing for the sightline. Wow. So I think I ought to put some banners or something up on these walls, like kind of advertising it as the Rock Museum, because, you know, there's got to be something here. But yeah, very, very satisfied. Wow, hit that perfectly. And I was also thinking of... Oh, that jump scared me. I forgot that that happens. Hey, man. Hey, man. Oh my gosh, nice. Well, that just happened on camera, but I was thinking of putting in like a little ladder spot for you to get up inside the geode. And I guess it should be right here. This is where the hole should be. This should be fun. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping this in. Come on down to the Geology Museum. You can actually climb up inside the geode in front. I kind of look like a Starman from Earthbound. Oh, this is a little awkward to do in the middle of the video. Completely forgot, but yeah, I updated my skin. I wanted an alternate skin that reflected the Calcite Cove theme. If you can see, I killed Patrick Star and I put him on my head. There's some kelp in my sandals. Yeah, I just got the Calcite Cove colors. I was, to be honest, not that much a fan of the Xenia gradient anymore. Was not feeling the Xenia gradient leggings anymore. So yeah, new outfit. I want to keep making outfit alterations for the different things that I'm making. Might make a spooky one for Barrel Eye Bay in a few months, but yeah, I'm so close to finishing this thing, I say I just do it already. Look at him up there. Oh. Zerg. Oh yeah, it is kinda. Oh, Mike's proposing a guardrail. Good idea, good idea. Where did he go? Where did he go? I'm working on the museum and this dude is just walking around in here. He's from the neighboring village, like the actual village. So the museum has its first patron and he keeps coming back to these diamonds. I think he wants to steal them. I want to follow him home. I love this guy. He went upstairs earlier, looked at the sandstone, and immediately went back down. He is always by these diamonds. I swear he's a thief. He's planning his point of entry tonight. He's definitely gonna blast a hole in the back wall. I guess this is a really funny way to reveal that I kind of built a lab here using these beehives as the drawers. Once again, this is like the perfect block for it. Sorry barrels, like you have actual storage, but this conveys it way better. I got a laser mechanism here. They're analyzing this amethyst somehow. This big smelting array that turns this normal stone into smooth stone. You just shovel it in there.
Look at him shoveling them in.
This is supposed to be like one of those sieves that filters the fine particles. The detail I'm most proud about this little lab is that I'm using these daylight sensors like they're trays of rocks. Like these are a bunch of little rock specimens that they're researching. You can see I put the blue one next to the prismarine. Perfect. I love this guy. I genuinely want to see him walk back home too. I want to see what's up with him. The first tourist! Yes! The first tourist of Calcite Cove. The first villager who willingly came here. If this dude just ends up wandering around the museum like forever and he never figures out how to leave, that would be perfect. I came here to the big city to look at some rocks. And then out here we have a little path going to this archaeological dig site. Really reinforcing the theme here that there's a ton of calcite right beneath our feet. So you can see this would have been like a tiny little thing of calcite popping onto the surface, but with this dug out area, you can tell it actually gets way bigger down there and it eventually kind of becomes this entire floor. So I'm gonna let this dude continue wandering around the museum aimlessly like an idiot. And yeah, I'm gonna go get back to finishing this building up. Okay, so since I was last at the Sanctum Sanctorum, the upper floor has been decorated, and guess who's here? It's Wong! Wong just lives here, and he kind of just walks around. It's been known to just go to the apartment complex down the road. Wong's got a pretty pimped out room up here, and it's cool to see that the roof is finally turning green. He's got some magic crystals, he's got head. Oh, where's he going? Where's he going? The Adventures of Wong. Okay, yeah, I think this was already like my favorite spot of this town, but Wong just made this place my favorite, definitely. That's awesome. Meanwhile, the building has continued to grow. Oh, I guess this is the Izo house. We can watch Wong go to sleep. Yes, let's watch Wong while he's sleeping. Yes. Hey, baby. How's it going? And there we have it. I think this rock museum is pretty much done. That big flat wall I wanted to decorate, give it a little more interest points. I just put some ledges with a bunch of rocks on it. Give you a little taste of what's inside. You know, here we've got a lot of deep underground rocks. And here we've got mostly nether stuff, but I also have some prismarine because I didn't have another slab from the nether. I mean, there's blackstone slabs, but I already put blackstone. This is the first major building I've done since I incorporated these streetlights into the town, so I worked them perfectly into the placement of this building. And as you can see, all the greenery, all the flowers and the bushes and whatnot are here now. Fences to protect you, mostly, from falling into the calcite spikes. This definitely very much ties together this little section between these two buildings. I love the pathway going along the side of it. So you could enter the lab way, but most people are going to enter the front entrance. So you can walk on down and appreciate all the ores in the game, and this jewel thief who's so stupid he got himself trapped. He literally gave up his life as a farmer to become this thief, and did not work out for him very well. And then of course the lab, there's a few minor updates. I incorporated some of the rock head blocks. Right now all I've got is tuff and quartz, so I'm gonna mix in a little more later, as soon as I accumulate more, but oh my gosh, it looks great. Definitely as soon as I get a smooth stone head, that's going here, because this is pretty big. Swapped out the dripstone block for like actual dripstone spikes just to give it more shapes to look at. And yeah, path down to the archaeological site. And then upstairs, we have a melon apparently, instead of a netherite block. We have carpet. Did not finish the carpet, never mind that. These 4 carpets aside, the building is done. We got all the lanterns, the lighting along the walls. The ceiling in general is now finished. We have this prismarine trim of sorts, and kind of a nice wood gradient. You know, you go from the birch, and then you go to the oak, and then past this trim, you got the darker spruce. Everything about this museum has come together perfectly. This is always what I was trying to envision for it. And yeah, my first attempt at this building did not go to plan, but here we are. Oh, I just realized I probably need some more signs on those edges. So yeah, 4 carpets and a few more signs, and this building is done. I want to take one last look at this thing from above because it is so great. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that dome. Okay, signs, 4 carpet, and a light block. I still forgot the light block here. So I had a feeling that this build would take me all episode, and it kinda has, but there's something else really important that I want to set up before I end this episode. And that is here at spawn, where it's a little bit of a sporadic mess. Can't you agree? We got a farm, a trading hall, a card game that we still have yet to play, an elevator to build height, a recreation of an Airbnb, an enchantment table, a map room. It's just kind of a bunch of stuff. And I feel like there needs to be a little more order to it all. But more than that, what this place needs is to feel like it's lived in. There needs to be communication here. This is like the one major area of the world where we should be building things together. And I think a great way to initiate that is with a huge notification message board. So I'm gonna put up a few boards. Some of them are gonna just be for fun, but some of them are gonna have functions as well. I think I should build it before explaining it. So let me do that right now.
Do not watch the Nut Shack. Just don't.
Now presenting something that really should have been done like at the start of the server. Spawn organization. This is only the start, but you can see I've got the framework for a larger nether portal. A little opening plaza for those who just entered through the nether. I believe the legit spawn-in location is somewhere along this hill, so I'm gonna kill myself over and over, figure out where it is, and I'm gonna create like a wooden platform like balcony over here. So not only would that be where you respawn in, but you can also use it as like a viewing platform for Fusio. I got a ton of plans, and I'm gonna do a lot of it next episode. There's gonna be a tree here, just you wait. But I just wanted to start getting down the basic organization of this entire area. So I came up with a nice simple little road that I really like. Pretty simple, just uncobbled deep slate with a few variations here and there. There's all kinds of little things, like I have to orient this to be a little better, maybe move it over here. There needs to be be a little path to the sky elevator. There needs to be all kinds of infrastructure. And then of course, I need to make everything pretty. Like, look at this big empty area back here. We could put something here. But this is the big thing I wanted to get down first. I laid out these first few roads so that I could figure out where to put the Fusio board, where you can write whatever you want. So we have this chest full of birch signs. As a random example, right here I'm gonna write, subscribe to Jaming Gaming. Oh, plot twist. You thought I was gonna say Qualia Quartz. That would have been a bit self-centered, but no, subscribe to Jaming Gaming. I bet you feel like an idiot now for thinking I was gonna write my own channel. But this is gonna be FusioCraft's Twitter of sorts. Whenever I find myself here and there's some funny new things to read, then I'll pause. And I'll probably record myself reading them. Just trying to bring some more life and flavor to this place. So this is going to be the first of several new community aspect things that I want to put up here. I was thinking of a little post office where you could drop things off for all the people on the server, but I don't know if that's a little pointless or not. It's a fun idea, I might do it. But anyways, with that, this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Next episode, we're going to be doing a lot more of this, hopefully finally connecting up the path that leads from spawn all the way to my area, prettying that up, and who knows what else we're going to do. I'm all over the place. This has been Qualia Quartz. Thanks for watching. See ya, bozo.